Next up the agenda is the Refugees dance. What's the refugee dance? What on earth was that?
I've been waiting all week to do that.
Oh, is it time for another one of Chris's videos?
Yep, and I'm afraid it's the last one.
Oh, I'm going to miss Chris.
I'm going to miss hearing all about the refugees.
I'm going to miss Chris's English accent.
I think you'd better play the video.
Good idea.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Philip. How are you today?
I'm very well. I believe you've had a busy week this week.
We have indeed, working with the refugees, trying to provide clothing and all of those things here in Croatia. Karen and I just got back from a trip down to Serbia as well, where we are helping to connect with some refugees that are on that side of the border. And we ran into homeless Serbian people today as well, and we're doing grocery shopping for them. It's been a busy week, but a good one of loving people.
Okay. Have you anything that you would like to share with our folks this week?
I do indeed, actually. I've been thinking a lot about shoes this week, and there's this one moment that really just kind of was seared into my memory out in the camp here in Croatia one day when we were in one of the sectors where we had about 1,000 refugees in this one sector, and we had been told that we were out of shoes. And this one man came up to us, and he was asking for shoes, as a lot of people were. And when he showed us his shoe, his right shoe, the sole was completely coming off. It's like the very back on the heel was connected, and the rest of it was just a flap. And we felt really, really hard, really, well, how do I say, really sad for this man. And so we went back to the Red Cross warehouse where we have clothing. And we just told them the situation there. We said, is there anything at all? And they took us, they had a stash of 5 pairs of shoes. And they said, that's all the shoes that we have got left. And we're saving those for the absolute emergencies. But they said, this is one of them. Take this man a pair of shoes. So we took him his pair of shoes, and he was able to put them on. And he was able to walk away knowing that he could continue his journey. And we were joyful that we could help this man. But it was also one of those heartbreaking moments, because then loads of other people came up to Karen and myself saying they needed shoes. And we looked, and they did need shoes. But now there were only 4 pairs left. What do you do when you have 1,000 people and 4 pairs of shoes? The rule, of course, in the camp was the absolute emergencies only, because they were almost gone. And I suppose with that and a lot of other experiences, shoes have been on my mind a lot this Christmas season, because every time we get shoes, they run out right away, and people are coming and their shoes are falling apart from their long journeys. So I suppose, this Christmas, one thing I would ask everyone to pray for is that the refugees would have shoes on their feet. Something we take for granted in our countries, that we will always have shoes on our feet. But pray for this Christmas.
Okay, Chris, thank you so much. And may the Lord bless you and Karen as you serve him among the refugees. And may you know a blessed Christmas yourselves. I know you'll be busy, but we just pray that God's blessing would be upon you.
Thank you, and Merry Christmas to you and to all of you there at the church. God bless you.
I have learnt so much by helping the refugees. I have been reminded of how it's so much better to give than to receive.
I have learnt that even though Christmas is a special time of year, there are still many around the world who are not as fortunate as us.
I find it so great how the church has continued to hold the refugees in prayer all through the Christmas season.
I have learned that a refugee is an innocent victim who finds himself displaced from their country's citizenship through fear of persecution due to race, religion or political opinion. And that's when all is said and done. We could easily find ourselves in their position, but for the grace of God.
Well then, don't forget there is still time to give to the specially decorated buckets around the church. I think that might be us finished.
Did the trustees ever solve the mystery of the sweets going missing?
No, I'm afraid we'll just have to put it down as one of those things. Let's pray for the refugees.